Here are 6 ways you're totally not gonna fuck up your next roll of film. And trust me, my precious little eggies, I am definitely not speaking from experience here because I have never fucked up a roll of film in my entire life. First up, you're definitely not gonna open up the back of the camera and expose the roll of film, whether it's from carelessness or just from leaving film in the camera for so long that you simply forget it's in there. You're definitely not gonna make this mistake, ever. And it's definitely not gonna happen accidentally as you watch your camera plummet onto the concrete after you dropped it. Not gonna happen. You're definitely going to load your film properly and ensure that it's advancing. You're totally not going to forget about just taking those extra 5 seconds to ensure that the film is securely on the take-up reel and that this little guy is spinning along as you shoot the roll. You're definitely not going to shoot a whole roll just to learn that the film wasn't advancing the entire time. And along those lines, you're absolutely not going to realize you shot a roll of Kodak Nothing 200, aka you forgot to load the film into the camera in the first place, because you're obviously paying attention when you advance your film. That is a crazy one. That's definitely never happened to me. And if you were present at that Brooklyn Film Camera event, you definitely didn't see me do that exact thing. That never happened. You're absolutely not going to forget to set your ISO, especially when you're using the camera's internal light meter. Who would forget to do that? Like that time you were shooting an 800 ISO film and then switched to a 50 ISO film? I wouldn't forget to make that change, would you? I'm sure you wouldn't. And of course, we all know that the ISO dial doesn't change the sensitivity of the film because this isn't digital. The ISO setting on your film camera is just informing the light meter of the film sensitivity. You're absolutely not going to leave your lens cap on when using your rangefinder camera. We obviously remember that when we use a rangefinder, we're looking through a different window for composition and not directly through the lens of the camera like we would be on an SLR. We're totally not going to have a significant chunk on our last roll be beautiful shots of the back of the lens cap. And then we're definitely not going to do the exact same thing on our Polaroid. That's not going to happen. On the bright side, I guess if you do that on the Polaroid Now Plus, it won't overexpose all your shots though. That's some 5D chess. You're definitely going to remember to check on your light seals, especially when you thrift a camera or a friend gives you a dusty boy from the attic. And 1,000,000% you're going to remember to do this when you buy one listed as excellent plus from that dodgy fella on eBay. You're definitely going to spend the few extra dollars on replacement light sealing foam and replace the flaky, disgusting, decayed, 1,000-year-old crusty ass light seals that are on your camera currently. Who wouldn't do that? Who would completely forget to do that before going across the country to Death Valley in California and have parts of their roll completely nuked? Not me, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that ever. And finally, you're always going to remember to take notes, whether it's physically in a notepad or in your phone. Who would forget to jot down some notes like the roll of film, the location, and exposure settings? It's awesome that we live in a world where we're so used to having metadata, where we can take a banger digital photo, look at the metadata, and figure out what we did right. Taking notes is the analog form of metadata.
Very cool.
But honestly, who needs to take notes since we never make mistakes anyway, right? All jokes aside, if you can't tell, we have fun here on this channel. Film photography doesn't need to be all pretentious and fart sniffing. Mistakes are valuable. They're essential to your development as an artist. And what's truly important is to grow from them. My high school photography teacher used to tell us you gotta develop from the negatives. Haha. So let's learn from our mistakes together. And let's go ahead and not be ashamed of making mistakes. It's not the end of the world. Every photo I've ever taken, every production I've ever worked on, every time I've pressed the shutter or hit record, I've learned a lesson. It's gonna continue to be like that for the rest of my life, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And oh yeah, here's one more bonus fuck up. Not subscribing to this channel. Holy shit, who could have seen that one coming? Nah, but seriously, hit that subscribe button and share this video. Yap in the comment section so we can blow this video directly up the algorithm's perineum. If you don't know what that is, Google it because I'm not your anatomy teacher. And if you want to see more videos of me totally not fucking up rolls of film, check out my crapshoot playlist, which is on screen now. Alright, bye.
Like and subscribe. Sweet Lou Photography. Dumb man.